Welcome to Excel Campus. My name is John, and in this video I'm going to show you how the Tab Control add-in allows you to organize and update all the worksheets in your workbook. So in the last video we looked at how Tab Hound allows you to unhide and hide multiple sheets in your workbook at the same time. And the Tab Control add-in takes this process even farther by allowing you to organize or make updates to all the sheets in your workbook at one time. So let's take a look at how it works. You'll notice up here on the add-ins tab of the ribbon that there's a tab control button, and clicking that button will open this tab control window. And basically we're going to start with step one here, and the first step is to create a tab control list. So I'm going to go ahead and click this button, and I'll show you how it works before I explain all the details of it. So now this sheet has been added to the end of our workbook, and the sheet name is Tab Control. I'll just click OK here. And this worksheet basically just contains a list of all the sheets in our workbook. So we can see here, here's all in column A, we have all the sheets in the workbook here, and the cells have been colored with the actual tab color of those sheets. And then we also have the visible state in column C, which means if it's true, then the tab is visible. If this is false, then the tab is hidden out of our sight. So in column A, we have the current sheet name, and then in column B, we have a new sheet name. So basically what Tab Hound does is what Tab Control does is it allows you to make changes to this list and then update the workbook with any of those changes. So if we wanted to, for example, if we wanted to change some sheet names, we could just change the sheet names in these cells here, and then rerun an update process with Tab Control, and it will update all the worksheets in our workbook with the new name. So for example, if I wanted to change this sheet name to say revenue instead of just rev, I could make that change there and then run an update process, and it will update the sheet name in the workbook. What's nice about this though is that you can use any of Excel's built-in features to modify this list. So if, for example, we wanted to change all of these sheets here to say revenue instead of rev, I could use the built-in find and replace feature, and then I'll just replace rev with revenue for those cells and hit replace all, and we see we've quickly made 12 replacements on those sheet names. And now if we want to update our workbook with these new changes, we basically go up here to the add-ins tab of the ribbon and select this Tab Control Update button, and that will say that we're going to update the active workbook with the list of in column B, and we'll click yes. And so now it very quickly makes those changes to the workbook. So, and I can see those if I open up Tab Hound. I can scroll through this list here, and I can see now all my sheet names have been changed to revenue. And I can double click on one of those and go there, and you can see down below that all those sheet names that used to say rev now say revenue. So that's a really quick and easy way to update all these sheets in your workbook with changes. And so if I go back to the Tab Control window, and again that's a tab that's been inserted in our workbook, so I can use Tab Hound to find it. So I'm just going to type TA, see Tab Control there, and then Control Enter to go to the sheet and close Tab Hound. And now, so I just showed you how you can change the sheet names, but you could also change some of the other properties with of the worksheets in this list as well. So, and you can use Excel's built-in sort features, for example. So if I wanted to sort my sheet names in alphabetical order, I could simply just go to the drop-down filter and click Sort A to Z in column B here, and that'll list my worksheets in alphabetical order. And now I could go up to the Tab Control Update button, click on that, say yes, and now all my worksheets in the workbook have been reordered in alphabetical order. And if I'm going to open up Tab Hound again, and we can see that. So here's all the worksheets in the workbook, and they're listed in alphabetical order from A to Z. So again, and now that tab control is lost in here somewhere, so I can find the tab control sheet, go back to it, and you'll see once the update process is run that column A is also updated after the update process is also updated. So now this is showing us what's currently in the worksheet, and we can go, or I'm sorry, currently in the workbook, and we can go into column B and make changes to column B. So we could still go in and change some of these the sheet names. We could also change the tab color. So if I decided that I wanted all of these tabs to be a yellow fill color or yellow tab color, I can simply just change the fill color of those cells. And then again, I'll go to the add-ins tab, tab control update, say yes, and that'll change those tabs to yellow fill color. So, and those were at the front of the workbook. Here you can see at the front of the workbook, now all these tabs have been changed to yellow fill color. So there's basically a lot of different things you can do with tab control, and I'll go back to the tab control window. You could also hide or unhide sheets, so you could change this column C to false if you wanted to hide sheets. One other thing that might be very useful is to sort by color. So you could actually use Excel's built-in sort feature to sort by color, and we could just say we want to sort by the color yellow there, and then everything with a yellow tab is at the front of the workbook. And with sort by color, you can go and keep on doing this process. Maybe sort all the blue ones, so now you have all the blue ones up front, followed by the yellow ones. And you could get it in any order you want. You could also reorder these manually. So if you wanted to just select these 3 columns here and move this up, you could move the sheet name up or down in the workbook. And if I hit the hold down the shift key, while I'm doing that, you'll see that horizontal line comes up, and I can simply let go of the left mouse button, and then the sheet has been basically placed up in this position in the workbook. And again, once you make all your changes, you just click the tab control update button, say yes, and then those changes are quickly made in the workbook. And so now if we go to the front of the workbook, we can see we have